Hi guys, so this is like a guide on how to survive dead rails when you're a solo player. Like how to make it all the way to the end. So the first thing I recommend is to use a computer to play dead rails, because as someone who used both my phone and my laptop before to play, it's safe to say that the controls are much easier on your laptop. When you first join the game, you'll spawn at a checkpoint. So this is a checkpoint and it appears every 10,000 meters. And at a checkpoint, you'll notice that there's these turrets at the top of each tower. So these turrets, they'll shoot down the mobs like zombies, bandits, vampires, werewolves, and wolves. What I recommend is that you stay at this spawn point for 2 nights to collect the corpses of the mobs. So I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing corpses wrong. Corpses. It should be right, but I'm doubting myself. Anyways, this is very important, guys. Only use the corpses of zombies, wolves, and horses as fuel. Don't use the corpses of anything else as fuel except for these, okay? Save the corpses of werewolves, vampires, and bandits for money. To get the money from werewolves and vampires, you just drop them off at the table at the trading point, you know. And to get money from the bandits, you need to go to the sheriff's building and drop the body at the bounty thing. The first things you want to buy after dropping off your gold at the trading area at this spawn point, okay, are 1 torch, 2 bandages, and 2 pieces of coal. So you can buy the torch and the coal at the general store, and for the bandages you can buy them at the doctor. So by the way, the items in the general store are randomized at each checkpoint. So at each checkpoint they'll sell different things. And throughout the whole gameplay, okay, you only need 1 torch. But you can buy as many as you want, but you only need 1 torch, okay? The torch is used to kill off vampires. Next thing you want to do is to go to the newsstand and grab all the newspapers. So instead of using them as fuel, we're gonna use them as a barricade, okay? So like place your setup like how I'm showing in these screenshots, which I'll put on screen. So this is like an optimal setup because it blocks the mobs from entering your cabin, and it hopefully will stop vampires from spawning into your cabin. Or if they do spawn, then they'll die. So remember, okay, after buying all your things and barricading all your and placing your setup, stay 2 nights at this spawn point to collect corpses for fuel, or maybe if you're lucky you'll get vampire corpses and you can use that for money. So once it's daytime again, which should be your 3rd day in the game, that's when you start driving, okay? And by then I hope you'll have the maximum amount of fuel possible in your engine. So don't stop driving until you reach another checkpoint, unless you run out of fuel. So if you run out of fuel, you need to kill the mobs to get fuel. To kill more mobs to get fuel, I recommend only doing that in the daytime if you're going to approach a building, okay? So you need to lure the zombies from the outside, okay? Get them to stand as close as possible to the walls of the building and hit them from outside. Okay, don't go into the buildings until you kill all the zombies from the outside. Especially if you're like me and you're just bad at hitting the zombies. Like I have a really bad aim and slow reaction. So please don't try to go inside the building until you kill zombies, okay? And don't raid towns. Please don't raid towns, okay? For solo players, this is really not ideal. You'll definitely die. There's just too many zombies in towns. And the zombies are faster than you, so they can and will outrun you, and you will probably die. So if it's nighttime and you run out of fuel, or maybe it's approaching nighttime, by the way, daytime is 6 a.m. and nighttime is 9 p.m. So if it's approaching nighttime and you run out of fuel, do not get out of the train. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna wait for nighttime, and then probably some werewolves or maybe vampires or zombies, they'll spawn around you. So what you're gonna do is stay inside your cabin, okay? Don't get out of your cabin. The cabin is like the part where you set up your barricade. So stay inside the area and lure the mob to you from the inside of the cabin. Just it's enough to just jump out of your seat and just kind of walk towards the closest mob, but from inside your cabin, okay? Don't go out. And then you hit them with your shovel from the inside, okay? Don't even step to the back of the train, okay? Just stay inside your cabin, hit them from inside. And it might take a while because usually you can't see the mobs because obviously you're inside, and you should have blocked all your windows with newspapers or posters. But yeah, you'll know you're hitting them from the sound. So just hit them until they make their death sound, okay? And like it sounds squishy. Wait, I'm going to add in a clip of how it sounds, you'll know. And only step out to collect all the bodies that you have in the daytime, okay? Don't step out at night to collect them. Additional note, if you're driving by and you notice a campsite, don't go to the campsite, okay? There are bandits. So bandits have guns and horses. They're very difficult to kill as a solo player, especially if you just started out on the road. So you don't even have a gun, because like, please don't buy a gun first. That's not a priority, okay? Yeah. Anyways, it's difficult to kill as a solo player. Yeah. So I just don't recommend, because bandits usually go in groups. So there'll be a whole group of them to kill, and since everyone has a gun and a horse, if you're playing solo like me, the things to prioritize are fuel, sheet metal, a full set of armor, and a lot of bullets, and obviously a gun. But yeah, it's in that order, okay? Fuel, sheet metal is so important. Okay, don't raid houses or towns. Actually, just don't raid towns. I was going to say don't raid houses or towns unless you need fuel, but never mind, just don't raid towns in general. Please just raid houses if you can. If you really need to raid a town because like maybe you unfortunately ran out of fuel right at the town, then just good luck to you. And if you need money, okay, usually I recommend just doing that thing where you camp at the checkpoints and wait for the turrets there to kill for you. But if you really need money, try to raid only the houses, don't raid towns. Okay, there's just too many zombies. Okay, so sheet metal is only sold at like certain checkpoints. I've never been in a game where every checkpoint sold the same thing. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure it's always randomized. So only at some checkpoints there'll be sheet metal. Also, you might see some things. You might see some areas where you can buy like general stores, which kind of look like trading posts from the outside, just randomly on their own on the road. So it's not in a checkpoint, it's just like there. So if you go there, sometimes they might sell sheet metal. So please buy as many sheet metal as you can. I think the most important number of sheet metal to have is 5. Yeah, that's the most important. So 5 is perfect, and I honestly just get way more than that because like I want to barricade my whole thing, but 5 is enough. So continue with this strategy of camping at the checkpoint for 2 days. It actually depends on how many bullets the turrets in your checkpoint have. So if it's getting down to each turret having around like 40 bullets, then please just move on from that checkpoint, because I don't think it's enough to last another night. It might not be enough, especially since I think the mobs randomize each night. So maybe the first night it'll be just corpses, and those don't take a lot of bullets to shoot down. But if the say unlucky is okay, example, you decide to stay at a checkpoint for 3 nights instead, and you're lucky enough that the first 2 nights is just vampires. So by the end of the first 2 nights, maybe each turret has around 40 bullets. So you're like, okay, maybe it can last another round of vampires. But no, imagine you get werewolves. Now those take a lot of bullets to kill. So yeah, you're probably gonna die, maybe. Depends. Yeah. Just continue with this strategy of not stopping for anything unless you really, really need fuel. So sometimes while you're driving by, you'll see this fortress thing. It looks like a really big castle. Don't go inside. There are a lot of werewolves, and the second you go inside, like 10,000,000 vampires will spawn too. So you're just gonna get attacked by vampires and werewolves, even if it's the daytime. Yeah, so that's really bad. It's a horrible situation. Please don't go to a fortress unless the fortress is spawned very close by to a checkpoint. So in the round where I won, like I beat the 80k by myself. I was lucky that for one instance the fortress was super close by to my checkpoint. So what I did was I had a horse. I'll tell you how to get a horse. Don't waste money on a saddle unless, I mean, like, you don't need a horse. I led on some, I was getting close to a checkpoint. So around like maybe 2,000 more meters or 1,000 more meters, then I would reach the checkpoint. So what I did was there were some bandits chasing me. So I let them follow my train, and I slowly made my way to the checkpoint. So when the bandits followed me to the checkpoint, they're gonna get shot down by the turrets. Yeah, and when they get shot down, the turrets don't kill the horses. So you'll have some horses that you can take, and you'll have the bandits for money. So that's what you need to do. Okay, that's a strategy I recommend if you wanna get some money and also kill some bandits. Yeah. And also that's the way to save money on getting a horse yourself, because I think a saddle is 50, I don't remember, like $50 or maybe 25, I don't remember at all. But this is just a waste of money when you can get it for free. So yeah, I used the horse for my strategy of bringing the werewolves and the vampires to the near the checkpoint. I think that's like one of the only reasons why I even need a horse. Aside from that, you don't really need to get a horse. Okay, so setting up your sheet metal. So once you have enough sheet metal, just block it, barricade the openings the same way as you did with the newspaper. So the 2 sheet metals at the entrance of the cabin, 1 sheet metal on each side to cover the windows, and okay, so this next piece of sheet metal, the 5th piece, is important for when you're approaching the last stage of your ride. Just place it at the top of the entrance to the cabin, kind of covering a bit so that you can easily reach it when you need to reach it. Like, you can easily grab it from the inside of the cabin. Make sure it doesn't obstruct the way so you can still like leave and enter, okay? So another thing which is useful is to buy the turret yourself. So when you go to the gunsmith, oh yes, okay, another thing, please save up enough money so that you're able to buy every single gun. So I bought all the guns. So all 4 of them, yeah, I bought them. You only need ammo for the revolver, the rifle, and the shotgun. Please don't buy ammo for the turret, because I doubt you'll even use the turret at all. Like, I honestly just doubt it. Yeah. Unless you're trying to raid a town alone, maybe you'll use the turret, but just don't raid the town alone, please. So basically, you just buy the turret and you place it at the top of your train cabin, so all the way at the top there. You'll need it for the last bit. Along the way, the general store should also sell some full body armor. So there's a chest piece, a helmet, and shoulder armor. I don't know, but there's you just separately buy the shoulder armor. So there's one for your left and your right shoulder. Also, if I'm not wrong, for the guns, the rifle is the one that deals the most damage. And also, to deal the maximum damage for any gun, do a headshot. So yeah, just aim for the head, okay? So here's the strategy so far. Please pause the video to internalize it. Just follow this strategy and all the points that I brought up so far all the way until you reach the final stage. So the last area, it looks like a checkpoint, but the moment you enter it, you're going to be shot at by a bunch of bandits, okay? So drive all the way to the point where you can't anymore. So it's like close to a bridge, okay? And then at that point, it doesn't allow you to drive further anymore. So you have to wait until daytime, if it's not daytime yet, to kill the bandits. This is to prevent like mobs from killing you, like zombies and vampires from killing you while you're trying to kill the bandits. So this might take a while, and my strategy for this was to lure the bandits to sit on the turret at the top of the train. So remember when I asked you to place the turret at the top of the train? So the bandits will like get stuck being like when they're set there. So if you successfully lure them to there, all you have to do is just slowly back out of the cabin until you reach like the golden position. And basically it's an angle where you're able to shoot at the bandits on the top of the train, but they're unable to shoot you. And that's where all of the metal sheets come into play. That's why you need so many of these metal sheets to place around. Honestly, more than 5 would be like so good if you could have enough money for that, because it's difficult. There are bandits on all the turrets. They're going to be okay. Aside from the turret on your train, okay. You know how at the checkpoint there's 4 turrets. Well, now at this last final checkpoint, there's bandits on each of those towers, and they're all going to shoot you. That's why you need so many of the metal sheets to cover up the sides of your trains and everything. Okay, because it's difficult for the bandits to shoot at you if you have all of these sheets covering you up. So just try to just take as long as you need to get through this stage without dying from the bandits. Okay, that's why you need to buy I personally was okay with having, I think, 3 bandages for the whole run through, but please just buy as many as you think you'll need, because once you get to that final stage, it's very easy for you to lose health. Yeah, so you need to the game does regenerate your health for you, but it takes a while. So if you're in a hurry, then yeah. So after defeating all the bandits, wait until it's daytime to lower the bridge. So it's basically, I mean, you can see it. You'll be able to know. It's like at the front where you stop driving. And once you click the option to lower the bridge, please run to your train and completely barricade the cabin. So no openings and no exits. So you can't go in of the cabin and nothing, you can't go out and nothing can go in. And a timer will start counting down for 4 minutes, and during the 4 minutes, just stay inside the cabin. So during that time, hordes of mobs will spawn, and all you need to do is survive, not eradicate. So please just stay inside. You don't need to kill them. You just need to survive. So once the 4 minutes are up, that's it. You've defeated dead rails. Also, this is just a little tip, but if you have a lot of extra corpses for fuel or just some like random horses you haven't killed, so just weld them to the sides of the train to cover up the gaps in the fences of the sides of the train. This video is just a guide from my own experience of playing Dead Rails, and I've only played maybe a handful of times, definitely less than 10 times. Maybe 7-ish times, and half of it was my own solo play because I want to figure things out for myself and see what works best. And my most recent attempt is the one where I actually beat the game. And it's very time consuming, by the way, so please make sure you have at least 3.5 hours to spare if you want to finish the game. And there might be a better way to do things, but this is just what I've learned so far, and that's it for this video, so bye! Hi guys, I'm editing right now, and basically when I filmed this video, which was literally like only a few days ago, and like today or I think yesterday, I don't know, they added a new update to Dead Rails, and now there's like a lot more things, so I might make a part 2 maybe. But I've experienced the new stuff like the lightning, the thunderstorms with multiplayer right now with my friends. And like wow, it's difficult. Wait, I just wanted to add in something. You can tell what mobs are gonna spawn for the night. So if the moon, like if you are out of your train and you can see the moon, right? If the moon looks normal, it's just gonna be zombies. If the moon is normal and red color, it's gonna be vampires. And if the moon is way bigger than usual, it's gonna be werewolves. Yeah.